Hello everyone, wherever you are around the world, welcome to the Storytelling Circle here at the Storytelling Cafe. My name's Dave Tong, sometimes called the Yarnsmith of Norwich. Know that I travel a land telling my tales. I wander the road bringing wonder wherever I go. Except at this point in time, I cannot wander. Not many of us can. But it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy sharing stories. So wherever you are in the world, I want you to imagine now that you're actually with me, sitting around a roaring fire. Because you know what? Even though the sun is shining bright, as you can see here in Norfolk, it's still blessed cold. Perhaps we're in a great lord's great hall. Perhaps we're in the alehouse, sitting amongst the horny-handed sons and daughters of toil, laughing our aches and ailments away, for a while anyway. As I say, pick the place that pleases you most and enjoy my stories. And so hearken unto my words and hold your tongues, for I have a tale to tell. And my first story this day, well, it's a Tudor tale. I say Tudor because it was first published, printed at that time. And it links to what was going on at the time, for this was a time when people were being forced off the land. They were losing their land to sheep, enclosure, to all kinds of practices. They had no work, and so they went in search of it in towns. They were vagrants. They were looked upon with suspicion. And the sad thing is that we still do that today when new people come to our land, and perhaps we will do it even more now that there are people walking past our doors who we do not know. But anyway, it influenced lots of stories at the time, including this one. For this is a story about a poor man, a man who had nothing. Now, I'm sure some of you are quite poor, others, perhaps you're more fortunate. But when I don't have any money, I find myself thinking about that stuff I haven't got. Even I sometimes want more. And there was one such a man. He was walking along the road when he met a peddler coming the other way. Now, for those who do not know, long ago you didn't go to the shop. The shop came to you. The peddler would travel with a great wicker pack upon his back, calling out, "What do you lack? What do you lack? What will you buy from the pack on my back?" And in his pack he sold all manner of wares, from pots to potions to pins. But on this particular day, this particular peddler was also selling a fine knife. And when the poor man looked at it, he went, "Oh," and "ah." He had never seen the like. Light danced up and down the blade, and it looked sharp enough that you could draw blood from the very wind itself. Then there was the hilt, the handle of the dagger. A gold thread ran up and around to a great jewel at its end. A jewel the size of my fist, I kid you not. It was that big. Now what sort of jewel it was he did not know, for he was a simple man, much like me. But he felt certain that that jewel was fine enough to grace a king's crown. He felt certain if he could have that knife hanging from his belt, it would show him to be a man of great worth. Someone of great importance. Oh, how he wished the knife could be his. But as the peddler told him, it was indeed a fair and fine knife, for it was worth 40 shillings, and that was a lot of coin long ago. Too much for a poor man. And so he turned and began to walk away. But as he did, the peddler called him back. He said, "Hold on, my friend, hold on. Come back here, we haven't finished talking, you and I. I can see you like this here knife. And do you know what? The knife likes you. I can see if you had that knife hanging from your belt, it would show you to be a man of great worth, someone of great importance. So how about we do a deal, you and I? Instead of selling you that knife for a lot of coin, I'm going to give it to you for free, for nothing. All you have to do is give me something worth nothing when I return in 7 days' time." Easy, thought the poor man. That's easy. I can easily think of something worth nothing. They shook hands upon the bargain. But no sooner did they shake hands than the peddler spoke once more. He said, "But wait, my friend, but wait. If when I return in 7 days' time you can't pay me with something worth nothing, I shall want my 40 shillings. If I can't have my 40 shillings, I shall want your soul." But the pedlar was not really a pedlar. The pedlar was the devil himself in disguise. Had the poor man looked down, he would have seen the devil's horny hoofs, his thick hairy legs sticking out from beneath the pedlar's coat. But he hadn't. And now it was too late. The deal had been done. There was no going back. He was forced to take that dagger home, that thing of beauty. And this is the point in my story where, as a storyteller, I wish I had a tale about trains, because that would have worked just well. But just let's move on. Had it been hanging from his belt, it would have shown him to be a man of great worth. But now it was hidden in the poor man's pack, for he was more concerned with thinking of something worth nothing with which he could pay the devil. Now, can anyone here think of something worth nothing? Something worth now? Now, I can't hear you, I can't see you, so I'm imagining you all thinking, like that, looking very learned, except him over there. He's thinking, I'm not doing it. Well, perhaps it was a feather. Maybe a feather from a goose. That's it, he said. I shall give a feather to the devil. A feather has no value. But think on, think of long ago. There are many uses for a feather, for you can fletch an arrow, you can make a duster out of it, you can fill a rich man's mattress to rest his weary head upon. There were many uses for a feather. But at that moment there came another loud knock from the door. I missed the first one. You see, this is live storytelling, but I'm going to go for it this time. That train, it went. It was the devil, and the devil was clearly in a good mood. "Oh no," said the poor man. He fell to his knees. Not this time a feather did he see, but he saw some straw. And he said, "That's it. Surely straw has value. I shall give straw to the devil." But think on, think of long ago. Could he really give straw to the devil? Has straw no value? What can you do with straw? Well, of course, there were many uses for straw long ago. You could scatter it on the floor as they had done, a kind of carpet in many ways. You can stuff a poor man's mattress with it. You can thatch a roof. There are many uses for straw. But at that moment there came another loud knock at the door. It went. It was the devil again. He was clearly in a good mood. "Oh no," said the poor man, "it's the devil come to take me. What can I do?" He cast himself into the corner of the room. He turned his head to the wall, hoping if he could not see the devil, then the devil would not see him. But as he did, he smelt the air, and the air smelt bad, for he could smell dung. He could smell the muck of man and beast. That's poo to some of you, and something else to the rest of you. He said, "That's it. Surely dung has no value. I shall give dung to the devil." But think on. Think of long, long ago. Could he really give dung to the devil? Has dung no value? What can you do with dung? Well, there are many uses. You can dry it out and burn it on the fire. You can patch a poor man's walls with dung. You can even throw it at the storyteller if he's not very good. But moving on very quickly, there came another loud knock at the door. It went. It was the devil, and the devil was clearly in a good mood. "Oh no," said the poor man, as once again he fell to his knees. But his wife came into the room, and she was angry. Angry at the deed he'd done. Angrier still that she had the devil knocking at her door. "Off to town with you, foolish man," said she. "I shall deal with this well enough." And no sooner had he gone than the wise woman, she fetched a narrow-necked jug, an empty pot. Now it just so happened to be her husband's piss pot, but we'll say no more about that. And she set the pot high on a shelf so that none could see inside. And then and only then did she let the devil in her door. And before he had a chance to speak, she says to him, she says, "I know you're earned well enough. You come for payment, haven't you?" And old Hob, the devil himself, he said, "Yes. Yes, I have." "Well," said the woman, "reach up into yonder pot and take what's rightfully yours." The devil stood high upon his horny hooves. He reached into the pot and he began to feel around. It was a very big piss pot. And what do you think he found? Nothing. What have you got there then? Asked the woman. Nothing, said the devil. Nowt. Well, said the woman, you asked for nothing, now you have nothing. Be off with you, sling your hook. The devil, he smashed the pot hard upon the floor, angry at having lost the man's soul, angrier still that he'd been tricked by a woman, but content in the knowledge he would meet many a less fortunate fool, many a less fortunate man on the road that day. And there ends my first story. And I think at this time, I should say, although the pot had nothing in it, none of us can live on nothing. And this is where I mention the hat. Now, it's not my fair and fine hat, nice though it be. I'm talking about the virtual hat, the digital hat. You'll find it below this video. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what any of the storytellers are doing, be sure to donate whatever you can. We'll make good use of it. Although I won't be able to pay to stop the trains, but there you go. Well, moving on very quickly, I've got another story for you. Here's a good one. There was once a cobbler. In fact, there were 3 cobblers. We shall call them the Cobblers 3. They were taking their boots and shoes to market to sell. First came the old master cobbler. He looked a bit like John Rowe with a big old white bushy beard. A man who had been at his trade for many years. There wasn't a thing he didn't know about making fine boots and shoes. Next came his journeyman, man who was also skilled at his trade. He was a handsome fellow, looked a bit like me. Well, following both of them came the apprentice, the boy, a beardless youth. He had lots to learn about shoemaking. The 3 had been walking for many, many miles. Their feet were sore, their bellies were empty, and their packs weighed heavy upon their backs. And so it was they decided to stop at a crossroads where the road splits in 3, where the road goes left, goes right, goes in between, there to enjoy a simple meal of bread, cheese, and a good strong ale. Who here likes a good strong ale? Quite a lot of you, I think. But you should know this. It is unwise to stop at a crossroads, for where the road splits in 3, where the road goes left, goes right, goes in between, there is always the question, which way will we continue our journey? Will we go left? Will we go right? Will we go in between? And where there was such a question long ago, it was often said that the devil himself would be waiting. He's in most of my stories, you see. Perhaps he would be hiding in your pack. Perhaps he would be hiding right behind you. He's there now, look! For no sooner did they sit down than up popped the devil. Now they could tell straight where it was the devil, because the devil has horny hoofs for shoes, thick hairy legs for trousers, a long tail which lish behind him. He had 2 small horns atop his head. He had a wicked look in his eye, like that one there. Not that one there, that one there. And he had a wicked laugh, for he went, "No ha 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 ha! No ha! No ha! No ha! No ha!" Now all of you would have run away to protect your souls, but not the Cobblers 3. For the old master cobbler, who looked a bit like John Rowe with a long white bushy beard, he went, "All right," and the devil, he bowed low in reply. And so it was the handsome journeyman, who looked a bit like me, the boy. They looked the devil in the eye, they went, "All right," and once more the devil, he bowed low in reply. And the old master noticed that the devil was eyeing their simple fare of bread and cheese and a good strong ale. And so he invited him to sit a while, to sit and eat and sup. And so they sat, they ate, they supped, the Cobblers 3 and the devil. And as they sat and ate and supped, they talked of many things. They talked of the price of barley and rye. They talked of corruption in the church. They talked of the terrors of the plague, but we'll say no more about that this day, except to say the devil, he liked talking about that best of all. And when they finally finished, the devil stood up. He brushed the crumbs from his hairy legs, and he thanked all 3 for their kindness. For there were very few would keep his company, let alone share their food with him. And so grateful was the devil himself, he said he would grant each of them a wish. "Whatever you want in this world," said he, "it shall be yours. By virtue of his great age, the old master chose first. Know that he knew all there was to know about boots and shoes, soles and heels, but he did not know what held the sun up in the sky, and he wished he did. And so his wish was a simple one. He said, I wish to be twice as clever as I am now. Is it all you want? Asked the devil, for it's not much. Oh, I know, said the old man, but it's what I want. Are you sure? Asked the devil. Oh, yes, says he, I'm sure. Are you sure that you are sure? Asked the devil. Yes, says he, I am certain. The devil fixed the old man with his wicked eye. He clapped his hands together. The skies darkened overhead. There was a clap of thunder and a flash of lightning. And I wish it was granted. The old master was twice as clever as once he had been. Well, next it was a turn of the handsome journeyman to choose. Not wanting to be outdone by the old master, he said, I want to be 4 times as clever as I am now. Are you sure? Asked the devil. Oh, yes, says he, I am sure. Are you sure that you are sure? Asked the devil. Yes, said he, I am certain. The devil fixed the journeyman with his wicked eye. He clapped his hands together. The skies darkened overhead. There was a clap of thunder and a flash of lightning. And I wish it was granted. For the journeyman was 4 times as clever as once he had been. Well, finally it was the turn of the boy to choose. He knew nothing of boots and shoes, soles and heels. Such things were of no interest to him. In truth, they wouldn't have been to me either at that age. He said, I want to be 8 times. No, 10 times. No, 12 times as clever as I am now. 12 times, says the devil, that's a lot. Oh, I know, said the lad, but it's what I want. Are you sure? Asked the devil. Oh, yes, says he, I am sure. Are you sure that you are sure? Asked the devil. Yes, said the lad, I am certain. The devil fixed him with his wicked eye. He went, Naha! 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 He clapped his hands together. The skies darkened overhead. There was a clap of thunder and a flash of lightning, and I wish it was granted. For the boy was 12 times as clever as once he had been. For the boy had become a girl.